Hey crafty friends, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel. I have something fun to share with you. I am sharing Not Too Shabby's Stamp and Die of the Month Club, and it is so pretty, and I will give you more details about this club during the video. But let me show you the stamp set here. Look at how pretty this is. It's called Spread Your Wings. You've got that big large butterfly. You have a couple of other small butterflies, or excuse me, 3 other small butterflies, sentiments and flowers, and there is a coordinating die for everything in the stamp set, which I absolutely love. Now I'm creating an alcohol ink background. I did a practice one before this, and I liked it so much that I want to use it on the card, so I made 2. So I'm just going to show you this first one. I'm using Cobalt, Stream, and Patina alcohol inks from Ranger and Tim Holtz, and then I'm also using my brass pinata. I did add a little bit of 99% isopropyl alcohol at first, but I did not add any more alcohol as I went along. So this is quite different. Then I'm using scrapbook.com's domed foam to drag down the ink. And then once I do this, I just want to get color on the background, but I kind of like those streaks. Most of that is going to get covered up, but I think it adds a base for the colors that we're going to be adding here. So again, I'm using all 3 same colors, no more alcohol just at the beginning, and I'm putting a lot of the alcohol ink on this, and I will let it start to drip and let gravity take its turn, basically bringing it down to the bottom, and it turned out so stunning. So you guys just watch and kind of see how I'm adding it. There's no rhyme or reason. I just am getting it to where I like it. I will tap this off on a paper towel to get the excess off. So this is a new release, is the first of every month. To get the discount when you join the club, you need to choose the monthly as your frequency when you check out, and then you'll get the stamp and die shipped automatically every 30 days. You are able to purchase it as a one-time purchase. You just won't get the 18% discount. And yeah, so that's all the information on the stamp and die of the month from Not Too Shabby. So I'm getting that excess off, and then I'm letting gravity pull it back down the other way, and look at how pretty. We're just getting streaks of the different colors, and then you have that brass pinata, which looks like gold, that kind of gold metallic coming through. It's so stunning. And I'm going to bring in my sample sheet that I did, or my sample piece that I did, and because it was on a smaller piece, I made it work on a slimline card base. But look at how pretty. Okay, let's get to this stamp set, you guys. It is stunning. I decided I'm going to stamp and heat emboss on vellum. I love the look of this. It's so soft and pretty. So I'm prepping it just like you would regular cardstock with a powder tool. Then I'm using my VersaMark clear embossing ink. And I'm going to stamp all of these twice because, again, I'm making 2 cards. So I want to get that inked up nicely. I do have my heat tool on. And I'm going to sprinkle on my gold embossing powder. This is from Fawn. And you guys will be able to see how the images look. Isn't that so pretty? And I was debating if I was going to leave this blank or if I was going to color it. And I decided to color it, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit. I'm going to flip around my vellum piece and stamp it one more time. Now, on this large butterfly, I had the heat too close to the vellum for too long, and a little piece of the vellum bubbled up, which you probably will see, but I was actually able to die cut around it, and it was not a big deal. But that can happen, so be really careful and move your heat gun a lot. But kind of at the bottom, you can see it bubbled right there. It kind of shocked me because I didn't feel like I left it there too long, but I did. I mentioned that I colored these images, and I decided to use Copic markers, and I'm coloring on the back of the vellum. So I flipped it over. The embossed side is face down. I'm using BG 11 and 13 for my teal color, and then R83 and 81 for my pink color. And then I flip it over to check to make sure I've colored everything, all the little open areas. But it gives it a nice soft look when you color with Copic markers on the back of vellum. And I was torn about, did I want to color it or not, because I do think it's pretty when it's by itself. but I really am so glad that I colored it. I also feel like it gives it a soft stained glass look. So I did not regret coloring these images. I did the big butterflies. I was still debating if I would do the little ones, but I opted to do that. So some are all the teal, some are all the pink, and then the other ones are a mixture of both of them. And you can see how easy it is. This is not neat coloring. There's no need for, I mean, you could do a shadow if you wanted, if you were going darker, but I kept my Copic colors light. But I was going to say there's no need to do a shadow or a light area, but you could if you had a bigger open area. I kept it super simple, and I love how it turned out. Then I'm using the coordinating dies to die cut out all of these butterflies. I ended up not using one butterfly out of all of these. So I'm glad that I did multiples. I wasn't quite sure how many I was going to use on each card. Then we have the sentiments. The one small sentiment says sending hugs. The other one says spread your wings, it's time to fly. So I'm stamping that with black ink, and then I will use the coordinating dies. And I love coordinating dies for sentiments. I think it's fabulous. I also love that these sentiments are in different fonts, and I think that's really fantastic, so you can get different looks. I am using my jewelry snips that I got. I believe I got these from Joann's a bajillion years ago, but that helps to trim apart your dies, and then I can tape those in place with my low-tack tape. And this is mint tape from scrapbook.com, and I really like it. I feel like it's the perfect amount of hold. Okay, then I trimmed a piece of gold mirror cardstock. It is 8.5 inches long. I don't remember how short it was. I was just fitting it to my sample piece because remember, this was my sample piece, and I decided to use it as a card. I added some foam adhesive behind that to pop it up, and I don't want to center it in my card panel, my card base, so I lowered it just a little bit. I want to adhere these butterflies. I added some foam tape, and I hid it behind the body of the butterfly. The other two butterflies will be adhered directly to the background, and I am hiding my liquid glue behind the solid parts, which is usually the body, because that's where the most of the embossing powder, it doesn't have any open area, so it's cut so it can hide all of your adhesive. That was hard to spit out, I'm not sure why. And then foam tape behind that sentiment. The next card, this panel is measured 8.25 by 3.25. I adhered that down with some tape runner. Again, the foam tape hidden behind the body, and then foam tape behind that little sentiment that says sending hugs. I like really small sentiments or really thin sentiments. I don't know why. And then it leaves a lot of open space. I just really, really like that. And I'm so into having a good amount of white space on my cards lately. So this definitely fit that design. Look at how cute. Okay, let's finish it off with some pastel rainbow sequins from Studio Katia. I believe it's Studio Katia. Yes, it is. And I just fought the urge to do gold sequins, you guys. So I did the pastel, and it's so, so pretty. So let's take a look at these. Look at those beautiful butterflies, the gorgeous alcohol ink backgrounds. And if you guys are interested in this Stamp and Die of the Month Club, I do have that linked for you below, so you can go check it out. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.